Hi, I'm Justin Wack, founder of Savvy Accountability. I'm here today with Dr. Mark Hansen. Mark, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Justin?
I'm doing good. We want to talk a little bit today about taking care of ourselves and this idea of self-care and how that relates to some of the issues that we're dealing with Savvy Accountability. Online pornography, online gaming, online gambling. And then the opposite of that, what does it mean to self-medicate and to some of these things that end up driving us to some of these activities and behaviors like pornography, gaming, gambling. So talk to me a little bit today, Dr. Hansen, about taking care of ourselves and this idea of self-care.
Okay. Well, Justin, the main reason we need to take care of ourselves is because we matter. We can easily want to take care of other people or take care of ourselves so we can take care of other people. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, we need to just get to the place where we understand I matter and I need to take care of myself. Now, you mentioned some ways that can be determined or interpreted as taking care of ourselves, the gaming, the online pornography, that sort of thing, the addictions. We can easily say, well, I'm doing these things to make myself feel better. To do that is actually more self-destructive in the long run. It's putting a temporary fix on a more deep permanent problem that can be dealt with. It's like putting a Band-Aid on cancer. Mm-hmm. You got to go deeper to find out what's causing the problem. So that's where self-care comes in. It's not just a matter of saying, okay, this makes me feel better for now. It's saying, what is going to help me get into a place of well-being all the time, where I'm not dealing with this, or more frequently anyway, that I'm not dealing with this. Okay. And we can ask for help from people that can help us do that, as opposed to turning to something that is destructive, and that can sometimes be people. We find safe people that we can go to who can help us.
Okay. So talk to us a little bit about, if we look at what taking care of ourselves looks like, what about the opposite of that? What about trying to turn to some of these things to self-medicate, if you will?
Okay, a lot of things that you just mentioned, the gaming, the things that Savvy deals with, are temporary fixes. They're going to make you feel better just for a moment. They're going to take away a little bit of pain. If I have a toothache, I can put Anbesol on it. Mm-hmm. It's going to feel better for a moment, right? Maybe for a few hours. Right. If there's something deeper there, self-care comes in and says, I need to go see a doctor. I might need to go see a professional is the answer there. And so it's asking for help from people who can help us and learning new ways that are healthy to take care of ourselves instead of going to the gambling or the gaming or the sexual addiction, the pornography. We find ways, and this is discovered on our own and our own way of doing that. What is helpful for me to get to the deep problem, to really deal with what is here?
Well, let me ask you that then, for our viewers that are sitting there watching and saying, okay, I recognize that to be a struggle in my life. I recognize this pattern of self-medicating, whatever it may be through. How can someone start to identify that and say, okay, this is how I might reverse that cycle of self-medicating. This is how I might be able to overcome these issues I'm dealing with in a more positive, healthy way?
The first thing is to recognize it and acknowledge it. Many people will overlook some of their health issues. Oh, it'll get better, it'll get better. It doesn't always get better. Mm-hmm. So acknowledging is the first thing. I'm hurting here. We don't like to do that in our society. We don't like to say, this hurts. I'm feeling some sort of pain, because it implies weakness. Right. You're a soccer player. You're not going to do that on the field. Right. You don't want to be pulled out of the game. You want to stay in the game. Right. If I acknowledge this might take me out of the game, and it might cost me more in the long run. I'll just keep doing what I have to do to make it better. Mm-hmm. You have to acknowledge there's a problem there. You have to acknowledge it hurts. Not always an easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. Many people, clinicians, and they start out with this mantra of sorts that says, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. You have to acknowledge it. One of the ways we ask that question is, how's that working for you? Is this working for you? Yeah, it is for a moment, but it keeps coming back. That tells you there's something there that needs to be looked at. You need to take better care of yourself. It's been my pleasure to be dialoguing with Justin Wack of Savvy Accountability. And if you are dealing with online addictions, I want to encourage you to go to Savvy Accountability's website, check out what they have to offer, get yourself some help, and start taking some steps today to deal with your pain and to get to a healthier place in your life.